Yeah, you love forgiving
And
pedophiles,
why-
don't you?
who's a pedophile that I forgave?
Oh, like anyone who is going to turn to Christ. Like, would you Jeffrey
Anybody
Dahmer,
that
for
turns to
example?
Christ is a pedophile. Anybody that turns to Christ is a pedophile. Is what you just said.
No, no, that's not what I said. Anyone who's a pedophile that turns to Christ, do you forgive them?
That one, I don't think I could. That's up for God to decide.
I have a question. Would you ever vote for a candidate for president of the United States that celebrated their deaths of their political opponents?
He didn't do that.
I'm just asking, would you ever support a candidate for president of the United States that celebrated the death of their political opponent?
Well, he didn't do that.
I'm just asking. I never said anyone did anything. I'm just asking, would you ever support a candidate for president of the United States that celebrated the death of a political opponent?
Well, why are you asking this?
I'm just curious to see what your position is.
Well, again, Donald Trump didn't do that. But if somebody did that, well,
I'm not claiming anyone did this. I'm just like, can you tell me specifically, like, would you ever vote for a candidate that celebrated the death of a political opponent?
when you kick me, I'm going live. First off, but no, first off, Donald Trump didn't do that. Now, in this hypothetical that you're laying out here, sir, well, can you give me more details? What did they say? What did they do?
Yeah, like, can I just say, like, they said this person just died. Good, I'm glad he's dead. He can no longer hurt innocent people.
Okay, so that's different. Now, when Donald Trump did that for those two people, I didn't like that. I
Oh,
put that in the category.
So wait, Donald
But
Trump did
here's
this.
the
Wait, hold up,
difference.
pause.
But here's
What?
the difference.
You just said that
But here's the
Donald Trump
difference.
didn't do this, and you said you wouldn't support Trump if he did this. Now you're saying Donald Trump did do this?
Well, that's not what you said. This is a different premise than what you said. Now, to directly respond to the premise that you now have put out there, when Donald Trump did that, I was not happy and I don't condone that. I don't like that. But the difference is you have to look at why he did that. Both those people, one of them lied about him, just like you do about Charlie Kirk, right? They say horrible lies about him their entire career.
So it's good. So it's okay to
And then the
celebrate their
other
death?
one, Parker, do you
Oh,
mind
wait,
if I answer your question?
Wait. So it's okay to celebrate their death?
No, I already said no to that 5 times, but I'm
So
trying
can
to
I clarify?
tell
Would you
combo.
support a candidate that celebrated the death of their political opponent?
I don't think he celebrated the death of his political opponent. And I want to tell you why.
But
Here's
I
why.
want to
Mark, you're gonna let me
answer to the.
talk.
Hey, sir, because
I know. I'm trying to answer the question,
I'm
sir.
asking you for like a specific question, and you're not answering my question. Like you're changing the question. I'm asking you a very specific
Okay, but sir-
question. Like it would be nice if you could directly answer questions, because to me it seems like you have to pivot away from them because you don't want to directly answer the question. Like, would you ever support a candidate that celebrated the death of their political opponent?
Okay, I'm trying to directly answer the question. Last time you interrupted me, let's see if you let me actually directly answer the question as you so boldly asked me to do. Now, my answer to you is when Donald Trump tweeted that about those two people, I did not like that. I thought that was bad. But compared to the other option that was letting little kids get raped and murdered, I still would pick Donald Trump over Kamala and her open door policy. Now, for those two specific people you mentioned, one of them tried to throw him in jail, and the other one lied about him, just like you lie about Trump and Charlie Kirk. So to answer your question, for example, if you or Dean ran for president, I could never support you based on what you've said about the deceased.
What? What did I say that's disqualifying? But apparently he can say Robert Mueller just died. Good, I'm glad he's dead. He can no longer hurt innocent people. President Donald J. Trump. And you're okay with that?
Well, the difference is, like I said, Robert Mueller and the other guy, what was the other guy's name?
Rob Reiner.
Rayner. And, you know, rest in peace to both of them. This is where I differ from you. I think all loss of life is sad. And I'm not happy. Again, my answer is I'm not happy that Donald Trump did that. But it's different because Donald Trump was already the president by that time. This did not happen during the election time, first off. Second,
So? What? I'm just saying, do you support him at this point? Like, would you vote for him if the election were held today, Harris versus Trump? Or you could choose not to vote?
I do not like that he said that, and I completely think it's disgusting and gross, but I understand where he's coming from because of all the lies they said and hatred they put on him. So
Wait, I'm sorry. Wait, like, what if someone said that about Charlie Kirk? Like, if someone said Charlie Kirk just died, I'm glad he's dead. He can no longer hurt innocent people. And I went on live and I said, oh, I can understand that someone said that because of how Charlie Kirk was incredibly racist, bigoted, and said a bunch of horrible things to a bunch of communities. Would you be okay with me saying that?
Well, in my worldview, in my opinion, okay, the way I see it, you and Dean do support the killing of him, in my opinion. I'm not stating that like a fact. You're going to say you don't. But in my opinion, based on what you just said right there, calling him racist, like back that up. How is Charlie Kirk racist? How is he a misogynistic person? You never back that claim up. It's the same exact thing.
We've talked about this before. Can you please just respond to my point? Like if I specifically said that and provided that as a justification, if I said that and provided that as a justification, would you be okay with that? You love not directly answering questions.
So as you don't answer my question, how is Charlie racist? And when you kick me, I'm going live.
You're the one who just pivoted and didn't answer my question. I will answer your question as soon as you answer mine. You can't.
I answered it 3 times.
You can't pivot not answer my question and then ask me a question that's pivoting away from my question, and then like say I'm the one pivoting away from you. That's incredibly dishonest.
Okay, so when I answer this question for the 4th time since I've been up here, then you have to answer how Charlie Kirk is racist, and then I get to refute any lies you say. Okay, I've told you 4 times now. Donald Trump tweeting that, I do not like it. I'm not happy about it. Between him and Kamala, because of everything Kamala did, I would still pick him over Kamala. I don't like that he did that. I don't support it. You cannot agree with something somebody does and think it's terrible, to be honest with you. But if they're the better option, that's not going to let the greatest nation that ever existed, the last beacon of love, equality, freedom, and all that is pure in this world, fall apart like Kamala and Joseph were doing, yeah, I'm going to pick him over the other option. But again, I don't like that he said that. So one more time to answer.
That wasn't the question, by the way. I asked you about Charlie Kirk. I explicitly said, if I said this about Charlie Kirk, would you be okay with that?
I feel, again, in my opinion, you have, and I'm not okay with what you guys have said about Charlie. It's really messed up.
So you wouldn't be okay with that? He treated you like
a father figure.
And you would think that's a reason for people to like not support me. That's like disqualifying if I were to say that about Charlie, right?
Well, what's my answer? I've said it 4 times now.
No, you've explicitly been answering a question I'm not asking you. I'm asking you specifically about like me saying that about Charlie Kirk. And then you just like keep resorting back to like repeating the thing you originally said when you first came on the live, instead of responding to the question I just asked you, acting like you're answering the question over and over again. No, I asked you a very specific question, and you're choosing again not to answer the question. Again, if I can repeat it if you need.
I've answered 5 times. I'll answer a 6th time here.
See how he's so dishonest?
I don't like that Donald Trump said that. Between the 2 options, Parker, take the temperature down. Like, it doesn't need to be this way. You guys are creating a world that you're not ready for, and I don't want for you. I don't want for me. I don't want for my kids. I don't want for my daughters. I don't want for anybody. I want us to come together.
You want them to live in a country with a racist president. That's a better country.
He didn't rape anybody.
The guy that was held civilly liable of sex abusing Eugene Carroll, the guy that bragged about walking to the changing rooms of naked women while they're changing without their consent, who said he would date a 10-year-old girl in 10 years, who literally has sex his daughter on countless occasions, saying yeah to Howard Stern, calling his daughter a piece of ass, saying he had sex in common with his daughter, saying he'd be dating his own daughter if it wasn't his daughter. We can point to Donald Trump having a huge history of literally being credibly accused in the Epstein files by a minor who got a settlement with the Epstein estate for her accusation against Epstein relating to sex abuse and trafficking. Jane Doe 4, who was deemed to be a credible accuser against Epstein, accused Epstein of trafficking her to Trump. So if we accept her accusations against Epstein as she got a settlement with the Epstein estate, right, that means that we then accept the accusation against Epstein that it then implicates Trump. So I can't fathom that you would want to live in a society. I can't fathom that you would want to live in a society like that, where your children would be looking up to a president like that, and you're okay with that. Who also, by the way, called for the execution of his political opponents, celebrate the deaths of his political opponents, all of these things simply because you believe the Democrats supported a quote-unquote open border, which never happened. They still wanted to criminalize undocumented entry. They just wanted to make the legal process go quicker, and you perpetuate this misinformed narrative about them because you want to deflect away from all of the evils of the Trump administration and Trump directly himself.
I can respond to all 6 things he said, but watch, audience, as he doesn't let me respond to all 6. I'm going live when he kicks me. First off, Eugene Carroll, there's no evidence, okay? We can go into the details of that, but simply put, the evidence was weak. It doesn't convince me. As somebody that wasn't a Trump supporter and didn't like the guy, it didn't convince me, and we can definitely go into the details of that.
You are a Trump supporter. You just said you'd vote for him. That's just a lie. You're a Trump supporter.
I know, but I'm saying prior I wasn't. You guys forced me. Now notice how he cut me off as I was 1 point in of the 6 he said. That's really telling that he's doing everything he can to try and not let me speak and refute the lies he said. And notice how he didn't back up his claim that Charlie Kirk was racist. Very telling, so telling. With the dressing room stuff,
I can answer the question.
The pageant girls, whether it's the teen or adult pageants, because Parker didn't clarify and it's 2 separate situations, the girls disagree with Parker, okay? The majority disagree with him by a boatload. Now, you said the daughter comment. First off, I actually don't like the daughter comment. I can see where you're trying to come from. But in Donald Trump's defense, if we're playing devil's advocate here, He literally said if she wasn't my daughter, so that's not him saying he would do something to his daughter. It's gross that you want to make it that way. The seditious six, he did not call for the death of Democrats because, Parker, look at you interrupting. For the seditious six, he did not call for the death of them, and we know that because his tweet said jailed first off, and they asked the press secretary specifically, was he calling for their death? And she said no.
I never even brought that up.
They did have an open border. They had an open border by
Wait, the deaths I was saying was specifically the
I let
six.
you say. I let you.
No, I'm just clarifying. The deaths I was referencing is the 6 Democratic veterans in Congress that he called for the deaths of.
That's
what I was
about.
referencing.
Yep. That's what I was referencing. Thank you.
Wait,
okay, that's what I was
do you want me to show you on
Thanks
this? Do you want me to show you on the screen of him calling for their?
Do you want me to play the clip of them asking if he was calling for their execution and Carolyn Levitt saying no?
Wait, I'm sorry. You have to understand. I can show you a screenshot of Donald Trump explicitly saying this. Like, do you want me to see it? Do you want to see it? Like, I can show you.
Sure, but hold on. You said other stuff.
I'll let you finish. You just lied. So just go ahead.
Well, no, I was directly talking about what you're talking about. In the tweets, he says jail. Okay. Then they were asked if he was calling for the death of those Democrats, and she said no. And then on top of that, the act of sedition can be elevated to treason, which is punishable by death. Not that I would even want that to happen, but legally, he is correct about that. You said they didn't do an open border. They ended remain in Mexico, halted the border wall construction, and instated catch and release, which added to that. Even without those, they had 2.5 million known gotaways, according to the CBP and the DHS data. Lastly, you said that Charlie Kirk was racist, and I would like to hear how.
So we'll get to that. Just take a listen here.
Donald Trump posted this on Truth Social. He responded to a post published by the Washington Examiner titled, "Democratic Veterans in Congress Urge Service Members to Refuse Unspecified Unlawful Orders," by saying that this is really bad and dangerous to our country, and that their words cannot be allowed to stand. He then followed that up with a second post that reads, "This is seditious behavior, punishable by death." And then he reposted a comment that reads, quote unquote, "Hang them, George Washington would."
That's not calling for their
Well, technically, George Washington would for the act of sedition back in for treason back.
What did he say before George Washington would?
Next, what did he say before that? Yeah, in a retweet. Donald Trump didn't say that. That's a retweet.
Wait, so if I retweeted someone saying this about Charlie Kirk, you'd be okay with that because it's a retweet?
Well, the reason that it's not a problem that Donald Trump said that is because they asked the White House, is Donald Trump calling for their death?
Wait. If I tweeted this about Charlie Kirk, if I tweeted this about Charlie Kirk and then clarified right after, would you be okay with that?
Okay, I'll answer your question if you answer mine. If they asked the White House, hey, was he calling for their death? And then the White House said no, doesn't that mean they weren't calling?
Saying hang them isn't calling for their death?
But after answering the question and clarifying,
saying hang them isn't calling for their death, chat.
Well, him saying that he wasn't calling for their death is him.
What is calling for someone's death if hang them isn't calling for their death?
Well, what is somebody not calling for their death?
No, stop. Come on.
Calling for their death?
Come on. Don't die on this hill. This is such a ridiculous argument. Like, come on. When someone says hang them, that clearly is referencing calling for their death. Like, if you can't acknowledge that, then you're being very dishonest here.
All right, he's going to run away, going live when he kicks me. They asked him. Why do you keep saying that instead of responding to what I just said? I'm responding right now, Parker. I'm responding right now.
Directly
after those tweets. Yep, I'm directly.
No, it's not after those tweets.
Now.
It's is hang them referencing kill them.
After those tweets,
is hang them referencing kill them? Can he answer direct questions? Is hang them referencing kill them? It's a yes or no answer.
Is he calling for the death?
Hey, buddy. Yes or no? Is hang them saying to kill them?
Well, about 5 minutes ago, you said you're going to answer my question.
Answer the question.
You answer that, then I can answer that.
You will literally not respond. You won't respond because you're scared. You're such a coward. You're such a coward. You won't respond to this question because you know that you are wrong on this question. You know that this proves that you literally are advocating for disunification, that you're advocating for violence. You support political violence. You support the execution of political opponents. Hey, buddy. You're not engaging. You're cutting me off right now instead of engaging. Okay? I asked you a hyper-specific question. And you're choosing not to engage. Would you like to answer the question?
My answer is they clarified that they're not calling for the death of the Democrats. It's not complicated.
That's not what I'm asking you.
It doesn't matter what
that's
you
not
ask
what I'm
me.
asking you. It does matter what I'm asking you. Wait, does hang them? Wait, if someone says hang them, does that mean kill them?
If somebody says hang them, George Washington would George Washington do that? Yes or no?
It doesn't matter whether George Washington would. It matters the original claim.
That's what
they
the
said
tweet
hang
says.
them, then George Washington would. So I'm referencing the first part of the sentence. Hang them. Does that mean kill them? Yes or no?
No, it does not mean Donald Trump wants to kill them. It does not mean he's going to run away.
So hang them doesn't mean kill them.
You're just muting, dude.
Wait, does hang them mean kill them?
Well, the reason it doesn't
when you hang someone, do you kill them?
The reason it doesn't mean kill them is because they directly asked the White House, is he calling for their death? And he said no.
I'm sorry, sir.
He said no.
Wait, so for example, if I said hang them, George Washington would, in reference to the people on January 6th who were insurrectionists at the Capitol, and the people that Charlie Kirk supported, by the way, right? If I did that, would you then say that I was calling for their deaths? If I said after, oh, I'm not calling for their deaths, even though I reposted someone saying hang them, George Washington would, I was not calling for their deaths.
Both Charlie Kirk and Donald Trump wanted people to peacefully assemble on that day. You can blame Nancy Pelosi for not signing off on 30,000
I like how he just doesn't respond to my questions.
I'm directly answering and telling information that the AK people in here don't hear, Parker.
That's completely not relevant to what I'm saying.
All I want to do is I want you to be successful, and I want you and your family to be safe and prevail, but you're just trying to make this world... You're literally, well, no, I've responded 9 times.
Again, you're saying a bunch of things that are irrelevant to answering my question. No, you want what's best for me? That's irrelevant to my question.
I'm trying to respond about everything you just said. You brought up the January 6th thing. The
then
reality
directly
is
respond.
You lied. But I am, and you interrupted me. You're interrupting me.
Directly respond.
And it makes me feel good. I'm trying. Well, stop talking. Shush, please. I'm trying to talk to you. It's not a big...
Then directly respond.
After everything you've done and said, I forgive you, so just chill. Listen. You said Charlie Kirk supported... I know you don't. It's going to be hard for somebody that doesn't believe in Jesus, the one true king, to find forgiveness for others. Now.
Yeah, you love forgiving pedophiles, don't you?
Who's a pedophile that I forgave?
Oh, like anyone who is going to turn to Christ. Like, would you, Jeffrey Dahmer, for example?
Anybody that turns to Christ is a pedophile, is what you just said.
No, that's not what I said. Anyone who's a pedophile that turns to Christ, do you forgive them?
That one... I don't think I could. That's up for God to decide.
So should you forgive them should you forgive them?
I don't know. That's a good question. I'll have to think about that one. That's up to God.
Would God tell you that you should forgive those?
It doesn't matter.
Would God forgive those pedophiles?
I don't know.
You don't know? You don't know if God has forgiveness?
This is you trying to pivot. Hold on. This is you trying to pivot from a lie you said. You said Charlie Kirk supported the insurrection. By the way, it wasn't an insurrection, and we can go into the details about that election, but you and I would have to talk on another app where I'm not going to get deleted for speaking true information where they're trying to silence information. Now, Charlie and Donald Trump both wanted a peaceful assembly and protest on that day. We know that from Donald Trump's tweets, and we know that because when stuff started to pop off, Charlie Kirk retracted anybody he sent there and said the exact same thing to go there peacefully. In fact, Charlie Kirk, the American hero, had thousands of emails within minutes of people calling for civil war.
I like how he's still not responding to anything I asked him. Like how long do I have to wait for a response?
Well, you have not backed up how Charlie Kirk is racist.
Can I get a response to what I said without a pivot?
But you keep you're right now.
Dude, I'm asking you specific questions, and you do. This is not the Matrix, bro. Why are you dodging every question?
Well, you're darn right that you're Agent Smith and I'm Neo compared to you and your demonoid best friend.
Demonoid, yeah. Oh my God, so demon. What a demon, actually, demon.
Well, quite frankly, you support the killing.
Wait, hold up. Kirsten, thank you so much for the $20. By the way, ask him if they want Comey in jail for 8647.
You talking to me?
Yeah,
because you just started reading donations in the middle of our conversation. So, like, I thought it's my turn again to talk. Well, then let me continue answering your question.
You didn't answer it, by the way. Ashley, thank you for the $5 as well. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ashley. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Jason, thank you for the $2 as well. Kiara, thank you very much for the $1. Thank you. Sarah Ann, thank you for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you so much. That's really funny. As well as Stephanie, thank you very much for the $5 as well. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, I think they're great. As well as Fossey, thank you very much for the $2. And Paul, thank you very much for the $5. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Can you thank all the donors, TPA, and then you can move on and answer the question?
Absolutely. TPA USA is my Cash App. TPA. Thank you for any donation.
Wow, he's begging. You're begging for donos? Why are you grifting, TPA?
Wait, you asked me to thank them. Oh,
No,
you
no,
wanted me
no,
to thank
no.
you.
I said thank my donors, and now you're grifting on my stream, TPA.
Well, how can I do?
Why
By
are
the
you
way, good
why are
job.
you grifting on my stream?
So here's the clip of them asking the
Wait,
White House.
wait. Why are you grifting on my stream?
I thought you asked me to thank the donors.
I asked you to thank my donors.
Well, you didn't specify.
I said the donors that sent me money, genius.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
and
I
if you
did.
did, I didn't hear it. Well, listen. First off,
Okay. Well, I just want to let you know,
going live.
you grifting on my stream
Running
is
away.
absolutely unacceptable, and Jesus Christ would be mad at you grifting on my stream.
running away.
Appreciate it.
Running
Thank you so
away.
much for the crown. Thank you.
Running away. So
You-
the reason I didn't hear you.
You're the one running away from my question. So I'd love for you to directly respond to my question. If you don't, we can keep doing this game because I have fun playing this
Well-
game. This one's fun.
Well, I'm having a blast too. It's exposing you. Now, the reason I
Really exposing me for getting Michael with $100. Thank you so much. For this guy acts like all the scripted misinformation he shares that we don't hear is the same trash we hear every day from crazy cultists. Literally, we do. We hear it every day. We hear it every day, actually. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, Michael. Can we get some W's for Michael in the comment section right now? Thank you very much. They said also, is his live going to be called a question dodging 101? Yes, Michael, it is. Thank you so much, Michael. I really appreciate it. Can you
Just
thank Michael?
I mean,
Hey, TPA,
not even-
can you thank Michael for sending me $100?
Michael sending you $100.
Yeah.
And does Michael know that, at least in TPA's opinion, you
Can you thank them? Yes or no?
look at you running away, going live when you kick me, bud?
Can you thank them?
You were brave and
Stop grifting on my stream for attention. It's really embarrassing. Why are you
literally
grifting? Why are
You're
you
not
grifting?
a debater. Look at you. You're a debater who can't debate. How
Nova,
am I
Nova, thank you so
destroying
much. I really appreciate it.
you?
Leon,
You're
thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
But
Thank you.
I'm not even that smart, and I'm cooking you.
Yeah, you aren't smart, and you're not. You're getting cooked. That's what it is. You can't even
and
tell the
you
difference.
think you're smart. Well, here's the point, people. He
Thank
said
you so
that
much. I
Donald
really
Trump
appreciate it. Thank you,
called-
Apricus. Thank you for the $10 for D. Does TP have a personality that's not Charlie Kirk related? No, he doesn't. Amaranthia, thank you so much for the $5 for the baby bottles for TPA.
Okay, trying to respond to your questions. Here's
Again,
the clip
I
of-
want a direct response. If I don't get a direct response, I'll keep thanking people.
Here's the clip. He's gonna mute me, but this.
Alchemist, thank you very much for the $5. Thank you so much. They said there's an anti-bullying book I read called Just Kidding that teaches you can't be horrible and say you didn't mean it. This guy is just delusional. This guy is very delusional. Thank you very much. As well as Heidi, thank you very much for the $10.
Not letting
Thank you
this
very much.
clip be
Really appreciate it.
played.
Thank you for please read this entire thing off just to piss off the narcissistic moron. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Hey,
I
again,
forgive
TPA,
you for the-
if you'd like
I
to
forgive-
directly respond to my questions, you can. If you want to just say random things or go on your propagandistic narrative, I'm gonna literally thank people and put you in timeout like you are right now. So be a good boy and answer the questions.
Well, just like Dean, you don't know where a good boy comes from, so it's embarrassing that you use that. Now, here's the first question I'm responding to. You said this seditious.
Answer the question.
Yeah, I'm literally trying to. So you brought up the seditious six thing. Here's the clip of them asking the White House if they were calling for that.
No, does hang them mean kill them? That's the question. That's the question, TPA.
So you're not going to let the clip that proves you wrong be played?
Dude, that's not a clip that proves it wrong. Hang them means
it
kill them.
does. Well, the clip literally proves you wrong. Well, how about
All
you?
right,
Let's
you
hear
can,
the
you
clip.
can play the
and then
clip,
he's
but it's
kick
just going to
me
be
and
Caroline Levitt saying that he didn't mean kill them when it says hang them, and that means kill them.
Thank you for the concession. Thank you for the concession. See,
Okay, how about this?
You
How about
got
this?
in a tizzy.
TPA, if I let you play the clip, will you then answer my question directly?
I already answered your question directly. I said that's not Donald Trump saying he wants to do that. That's George Washington. Now, are you going to let me play the clip?
When he first says hang them, and then he second says George Washington would, those are two separate things that he's referencing within the statement. Would you put your hand on the Bible, and would you say that?
Hey, brown-haired Ellen DeGeneres, do you mind if I get a word in? Is that
If you put your hand on the Bible, would you say that?
Dean's little bro, who's older than him? Do you mind if I answer some
Would you
questions
put your
without
hand on the
being
Bible
muted?
and say that?
Would that be all right with you,
Would
sweetheart?
you put your
or is
hand
that
on the
too
Bible
much?
and say that?
I thought you were a debater. A debate's
Would
not
you
when
put your
just
hand on the
mute
Bible
people
and say that?
spam
It's a
them.
really basic question. Would you put your hand on the Bible and say that?
Well, I'll gladly answer that question once I play this clip to prove to your audience you were lying. Is that cool? And then I can answer that question.
That
And
wasn't
then
me
on
lying.
top
I
of
never
that,
disputed
before
that.
you-
I simply just said
Oh,
that the
so you
statement hang
conceded.
them means
Okay,
yes,
so you
that's going to
conceded
kill
on
them.
that.
It
Thank
literally
you
says
for
kill them.
conceding on that. And now we can move on to how you
I
lied
ne-
about E. Jean Carroll at the
Wait,
start.
wait.
You lied about
I never said I disputed specifically Caroline Levitt saying that. I just said that's not indicative of Trump's statement not meaning kill them.
Okay. Agree to disagree.
Wait, can you address the point that I made that hang them means kill them?
Well, can you have a conversation without muting and crying?
Would you put your hand on the Bible and would you explicitly say that when he says hang them, George Washington would, that he's not explicitly saying himself that when he reposts that?
Absolutely. I would swear on the Bible that, in my opinion, that is saying George Washington would do that. And that's a true sentiment. That on the Bible, yeah, absolutely, for sure. Now, can you please back up?
Would you? No, I want you to clarify because you changed. I like how you always change
every single question. If you do,
you like purposefully change the questions. Okay, I'm asking like, would you say that not just George Washington says that, but also Trump was saying that?
I know I did answer that. I said that's George Washington saying that and not Donald Trump. I would swear on the Bible.
So not Donald Trump. So Donald Trump did not say that, even though he reposted that. So if I reposted someone saying, hang them, George Washington would, right? Would you be okay with that if I said that in relation to someone?
Again, it would be, well, hold on. Did anybody ask you to clarify and then you said you weren't calling for their death?
Yeah.
In this hypothetical? Oh, okay. Well, then if you said that you weren't calling for their death, I would then think that Parker, get a God, wasn't calling for their death. PG-AJ.
Okay. Wait, so just to clarify, if you say that you weren't calling for their death, that means you were not calling for their death, correct?
Accompanied with the fact that they did do a seditious behavior and you're just talking about facts about how they did commit sedition and sedition. Yeah, absolutely.
So if you explicitly say yourself that you didn't commit that, then that means you didn't, right? So when I tell you that I didn't call for the death of Charlie Kirk and you explicitly say I am saying that, wouldn't that then mean that you shouldn't believe that yourself?
No, because the difference is, right, vastly different situation than what's going on with Donald Trump and all the details for that. With you, it's, Dean saying, I hope his daughter got away from him too after he was in heaven. It's all the laughing, all the jokes you guys make. The way you lie about him and call him racist, for example, is why I have this opinion and feeling that you guys support the death of him, which, by the way, how is Charlie Kirk racist again, bud?
Okay, so us saying that we think he's racist does not mean that we support his death, but I'll answer the question. I do think he's racist explicitly because he would go on to and say that specifically because there was a black pilot, that he would assume that they are not qualified simply because they're black. He said explicitly, oh boy, I hope that they're qualified, right? Simply just because they're black. He said, if I saw a black pilot, I would say, oh boy, I hope that they're qualified. That's explicitly what he said. And by the way, let me clarify, that's not just DEI specifically. That's him quite literally saying that he would think that they're not qualified. And by the way, in order to be able to fly a commercial airline, you have to be qualified legally in the very first place, let alone the fact that they would have had to go through the context of flight school in the first place, because the policies that he was specifically referencing applied prior to flight school, okay?
No, he's responding to United Airlines CEO Kirby making that public statement about 50% of their pilot classes being DEI hires, people of color and women, which you conceded in your own little argument there that this is involving pilot classes. And my question for you is, are you trying to infer that Charlie Kirk thinks a black guy can't be qualified to fly a plane? Is that what you think he's saying there? Because I understand, I've learned with people like you on your side, this might be too complicated, too many syllables, but is that what you think he's saying, that a black guy can't fly a plane?
I think that he's saying that he thinks that they're not going to be qualified because they're black.
Okay. Well, now I'm going to play you a clip of him saying, of course, a black guy can fly a plane. So he's not going to let this clip be played, but this will prove him wrong.
So by the way, he acts like these things completely take away the fact that Charlie Kirk himself said, oh boy, I hope they're qualified if he sees a black pilot. That doesn't take away that quote. I'm going to go... trying to change the narrative right after does not or take away the fact that this quote is legitimate. Okay, so you can't even dispute this quote. You have to instead play a different quote that you feel like is somehow going to contradict this, which by the way doesn't, because Charlie Kirk still did say that.
Okay, so first off, you said that he's saying a black guy can't be qualified to fly a plane. That's why you thought he was racist. What did he explicitly say? Can you tell me what he said? Hold on, please.
Can you tell me what he said? What did he say? What did Charlie Kirk say? Tell me.
I'm going to play you him talking.
No. I'm talking about specifically when he said that if he saw a black pilot.
I'm literally going to play the clip.
Are you going to play the black pilot clip?
Yes.
TPA, are you going to play the black pilot clip?
Yes.
Okay,
and if you don't let me play the clip,
if you don't play that clip, I will mute you. Watch. He's going to play. Watch. He's going to play something other than that clip.
But there's other stuff I want to respond about what you're talking about. If you don't let me talk, you directly concede because you know you're wrong. Everybody right here, 9,000 people, if he doesn't let me talk, then you know he's wrong because he fears the truth. Now,
if you keep talking, then you're going to be wrong.
Charlie Kirk said that.
Oh, look, he's wrong, everybody. He's conceding right now. He kept talking.
Are you okay? Do you need a tissue? You don't
That
need a
says
tissue,
you.
Bubba?
Says you. That sounds like you need a tissue. Are you projecting?
I feel fine. I forgive you. I have nothing but love for you, man. I hope the best for you. I pity you a little bit. I pray for you. I really do.
Really?
Now, when he
Really?
kicks
While
me,
you
I'm
do
going
so,
live,
can
and
you
he doesn't
thank
let me
Travis
talk
for the
here.
$4.20?
Well, right after I finish defending Charlie Kirk against your
And then can you thank
horrible
Stephanie
lies.
for the $5?
Notice how he's not letting me talk. 9,000 people in here. That's proof he
9,000
was
people
wrong.
in here. Look, he's not letting me talk. Oh my
Okay,
God,
so it's my turn
so
to talk.
horrible.
So Parker said Charlie's racist because Parker thinks that Charlie said a black guy can't fly a plane. You're going to hear in this clip
That's
where
by the
Charlie
way,
Kirk
that's
said,
by the way
"Of course,
not
a
my
black guy
specific
can
argument, and he's also not going to play the clip that I'm telling him to play. You see how he's going to just run this
Notice
preloaded
how
narrative?
You're not letting me talk. Notice how you're not letting me talk.
You notice how
Thanks,
you won't
man.
engage with the points that I'm making?
Notice,
Notice
how,
how
you're
you
not letting me
keep
engage
you keep bringing up
as you
some
need me?
irrelevant context?
How can I engage if you don't? Oh, the man himself talking about it's irrelevant. Right, buddy. Right, buddy. Now, so Parker's claim is he's racist because he said a black guy can't fly a plane is what Parker thinks. But we'll play a clip right here of Charlie, the American hero, saying, of course a black guy can be qualified. Anybody can. But here's the next question. What podcast did Charlie Kirk say this quote on originally, Parker? And what were the two court cases he was referencing when he made this belief about DEI? And third, you conceded already that it's about DEI. It's not about black people. It's about DEIA, which benefits people of color, women, disabled people, and veterans. He can pick anybody from those categories, young man. So young man, when he says that, it's in reference to his grievance with DEI. You can sit here and say you think he's wrong about his opinion of DEI, but that does not prove he's racist, okay? It means you disagree and think he's wrong about his stance on DEI. DEI, that we know, is irrefutably racist and discriminatory in lower standards. You can look at Dill versus IBM, Duval versus Nuvant Health Inc. Now, answer my question. What podcast and two court cases made him have this opinion?
So the one I have this cited from specifically is the Charlie Kirk podcast, where he said with Andrew Covey, he was talking to him explicitly, that he said that if he saw a black pilot, that he would think that they're not qualified. He said, he once said, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified. Would you like to hear the clip?
Yeah, but play the 3 minutes before and 3 minutes after where he explains what he's saying. You're taking a 10-minute video and you're doing one sentence because your little brain can't keep up with more
Did he
than
say that,
7
yes
words.
or no?
In reference to DEI, that lower standards and is racist and
So to
discriminatory.
clarify, he did say that.
So to clarify, you're not answering any of my questions. You're
Can I
pivoting,
get an
correct?
answer? So did he say that, yes or no?
Is this about DEI?
Did he say this?
Yes or no, Parker? You're trapped in a corner. You can try
This
and
is what
pivot.
he
It's not
claimed
gonna
was
work.
about DEI, but I claim is him
giant L,
specifically
Parker.
violating or claiming that someone's not qualified when clearly they are qualified and have to legally be qualified. So listen.
And
I mean,
by-
like,
well,
you want to go thought
no.
crime? Like, I'm sorry. If I see a black pilot, I'm going to be like, boy, I hope he's qualified.
Okay, you're gonna play the 3 minutes before and 3 minutes after that he
I
explains.
don't
or you're
need
just
to
playing
pay. I don't
seven
need to
words?
play 6 minutes of the clip. You can go watch that yourself. I can tell you where you can find it if you'd like. This
Real
specifically.
TPA on YouTube, all one word. I have the clip right there. The
So
full
cringe.
clip. Unlike the 7
So
words, gonna kick me.
cringe.
Going
So
live. Run
cringe.
away. Run away.
No, it's
Run
because
away.
no, you literally
away.
try to market yourself on my stream and grift for attention on the stream, and it's embarrassing. And then you're like, you think we're running away because we don't want you to like market yourself on our stream, that you specifically are just doing so literally for no reason. Okay? If I went on Charlie Kirk's live and I started marketing my own YouTube channel while I was there, do you think that he would want to stop talking to me?
I'm not marketing it. I'm telling
You
them what
did.
the
Wait,
full
wait,
clip is.
wait.
You didn't
If-
play the
if-
full clip. If you played
if-
the full clip, then they would.
If I was talking to Charlie Kirk and I
If you
explicitly
played the full clip, they wouldn't need.
if I was talking to Charlie Kirk and
You're
I
losing
explicitly
bad.
was
Quite
literally
frankly-
telling people to go to my YouTube channel, do you think
Quite
he would
frankly,
do you think he would continue to talk to me?
I think Charlie Kirk would never make jokes about you if you were deceased, like you were doing to him. To be honest with you, and God rest his soul, way better than you in a million one ways. Now,
Am
I'm
I
not
gonna
plugging
am I gonna get a
Yeah.
grown up
You
response?
just played a set.
Like, why are you such a child? I'm asking you like direct
You're not
questions.
answering
Like,
any.
hey, you can respond to my questions. If not, like you're just acting like a child. It's ridiculous.
He's running away. He's falling apart. Watch.
Does this make you feel better about yourself?
Well, defending an innocent man that you lie
I
about.
want you to
and
genuinely
cooking you
respond to
in
what I'm
your
saying.
own game. You're
Hey, dude,
supposed to be this like
genuinely
debater, but you
respond
can't-
to what
you
I'm
never even had a
saying.
debate.
Hey, I'm
Yes, I'm trying
to have a conversation
My
with you.
response. Yeah, my okay. Here's another response. Since he didn't answer
Do
anything
you want
else,
do you
I
want to
said-
go back in a timeout? Do you need
I feel like
timeout
I'm
again?
your father. I feel like I'm your father.
Okay, well then do you need to go back in a
Running away.
timeout?
I want to respond.
I know you say that you want to respond, but then when we have
You're in
you
timeout.
but
You're
when
in
we give you
timeout. You have all that freedom, and you're still it's
So
still
you-
making
so
you
listen,
feel like
listen,
a little child
listen,
in
buddy.
timeout. Look at you with
Listen,
the mute button,
listen.
and you still feel like a little child, don't you?
Hey,
You
TPA.
you feel like the child right now, even though you're in this
Hey,
position
TPA.
where you can mute me. You feel like you're a child. I'm sorry that I did that to you. It was not my intention. I pray for you, man. Try and be nice. Now, another thing that's wrong for you is the OFCCP
So do
agreed
you
with
want to stop
vindicated.
pivoting, and do you want to just like stop for 1 second so I can tell you this? You constantly won't.
I want you to
Listen,
respond to
chill.
what I said, and I want you
If
to
you
let
if
me
you don't
respond.
stop talking, I'm just gonna kick you and move on.
Yeah,
okay?
well,
If
I
you can you
believe
stop for a
I'm
second,
still alive.
just like pause for a second.
Well, no, you stop for a second. Let me respond. You've talked a lot, and you've not let me talk at all.
you
Another thing,
please
notice how he
stop
didn't
talking?
respond to the court cases
Stop
because he doesn't
talking.
know what he's talking
It's like
about. It was
unironically
student
not
affairs
letting me
versus
mute
Harvard
him,
and
by the way.
FAA versus Brigada.
Can you
It was
please
on
be
the
quiet?
Thought Crime podcast.
I
Now,
understand.
The
I
OFCCP
understand.
and Department of Labor
I
proved you
understand.
wrong.
I can just play the clip over and over again.
The
Jeez, why is it not letting me
OFCCP.
do this?
It's like God's intervening right now for you to get, a very
It
soft
literally says
verbal
service
spanking to
internal error. It literally doesn't let me
So
like
the
do this.
OFCCP and Department of Labor proved him wrong. Okay.
There we go. I'll just do that. So it didn't let me. It like literally wouldn't let me remove him from the stream. So I had to like block him to be able to remove him from the stream. Like actually, like it literally wouldn't let me remove him. He's not gonna have a conversation. There's no productive dialogue to have with that guy. Genuinely, absolutely none. I think he like fucked up the stream because like genuinely it like says he's still on the stream. This is so weird. Genuinely so bad. Bro would not have a conversation to save his life, bro. Let me try to send a guest request myself and see if there is an issue. And once I add myself up. Because I don't want to add someone up and then like I can't remove them. Huh, it looks like there we go. I'm here. Give me 1 sec, let me check. And can I remove myself? Text ping. It still says he's there. There we go. And I can remove myself now. Okay, wait, I fixed it. Okay. It was just really not working. That was so weird. Alrighty.